I moved out on my own and recently started hearing sounds that make my hair stand on end. I recently moved into a quaint cottage on the edge of a dense forest. After living my whole life in the city, I finally have some peace. But last night turned into a nightmare. I had just crawled into bed and the only source of light was the soft glow of my bedside lamp. I read a book that I had been meaning to read for some time, but had never had the time to do so. The silence was comforting, or at least it was until I heard a faint, almost imperceptible whisper. At first, I dismissed it as a prank of my imagination, but as I sharpened my hearing, the whisper persisted. It sounded as if someone was muttering words under their breath, beyond the reach of my understanding. The voice seemed to come from within the walls themselves, as if the very structure of my home was whispering secrets. I got goosebumps as I tried to decipher the words, but they escaped me like fog. I told myself it was the wind or maybe the creaks and groans of an old house settling, but deep down I knew it was something else. My heart raced and I felt a shiver as the whispers intensified and became clearer and more coherent. It was as if unseen entities were sharing a conversation, mocking my loneliness. Terrified, I reached for the phone, ready to call the police, but as soon as my fingers touched the screen, the whispers abruptly stopped. The room fell into silence, a silence so deep that it seemed as if the outside world had disappeared. I hesitated, my senses on high alert, but when nothing happened, I was convinced it was all over. Once again, I thought maybe my mind was playing tricks on me. Just as I was about to hang up the phone, I heard a soft, deliberate knock on my bedroom window. I froze, my eyes fixed on the curtain-covered glass. Another tap followed, rhythmic and deliberate. I panicked and plucked up the courage to draw the curtain slowly. Nothing. Somehow, a surge of courage came over me and I opened the window a little. There was nothing outside but the enveloping darkness of the forest. And there was no rustling of trees or blowing wind, just an oppressive, unnatural stillness. I scanned the shadows, my eyes straining to catch any movement, but there was none. The taps had stopped sounding, leaving me alone with the eerie stillness. Just when I thought the situation couldn't get any worse, I heard the whispers again, this time coming from deep in the forest. The voices seemed to be getting closer and their words were becoming clearer and more sinister. I stumbled back, my mind churning with fear and confusion. What did they want? Why were they tormenting me? I quickly closed the window and grabbed the phone. I started to call the police before, of course, the battery ran out. A sense of dread came over me and my whole body froze as I heard a knock on my door.